We are back, and we're continuing to talk about art and all things beautiful, and you're going to find it up at C. Anthony Gallery, and you get to meet the artist. We have Britten in our TV8 studio today, and she's going to let us know about the show going on tonight, tomorrow night, New Year's Eve night. You're going to be busy the next 3 evenings.
Yes, so come join us.
All right. So, Britten, it's just so wonderful to see your work, and just how would you describe it to someone? First up, let's start with that.
Okay, well, my work is very intuitive. I don't follow any rules. In fact, all of the rules that I was taught in school, I have broken.
But that's what I think people love about your work, and it really emits an emotion.
Right, it's all about an emotion and connecting with the piece, and there are 3 distinct layers of various materials that create kind of windows to look through and opportunities to see what you want to see in the piece of art.
Yeah, and some can be very large scale, some can be smaller, some are small enough to bring in, but I understand you have a huge cube that's in C. Anthony Gallery right now.
Yes, yes. This is the smallest cube we have, but we do have a 40-inch large freestanding cube in the middle of the gallery right now. You can't miss it.
One of the things that I love the best about your work is just the kind of sparkle, almost the gold tinge
the luminosity. Yeah, this is all gold, silver, and copper leaf that's layered in with some interference paint and then also oil and resin.
Okay, yeah, so it's not just oils, it's not just one thing, there's layers, and that's what I think would be fun to learn about when you're going to be there tomorrow night, and the next night. We can ask you, and we can be like, well, what was your inspiration behind this?
Yeah, and you can tell me what you feel, because that's what really inspires me to keep going, is to know what it means to you. You know, what you see in it, what emotions it brings up for you.
So do you just grab the paintbrush and start, or do you have a concept in your mind?
No, no concept. It's really free-form, very organic. I just go with it, whatever comes to me in that moment.
Yes, and your pieces are hanging all over the world. You have clientele that comes from near and far.
That's a great thing about art. It's a universal language.
And what's so neat is that you were based out of the Valley. We're so lucky that you're here, because you're not just visiting, she is here. Do you do commission work? Because especially when you don't really have a concept, how would that work then?
You know, it's one of those processes that there is no, steadfast rules for. We just kind of go with it. I like to talk to the client and see what they're thinking, what emotion they're looking for, what feeling they're drawn to. And then, of course, size is important, and colors and that kind of thing. But
you can go from that. Yeah, kind of what they tell you.
It's all
you
personal.
You can come up with something like this. Like, these are just beautiful. And even though it isn't a particular, it's more of the abstract. You can think like, oh, that looks like, the shore of with some water. Or this looks like it could be a flower. So you do elicit quite a bit of some common responses, but then people probably come up with all sorts of things.
Right. Yeah, you can go from there. Some are more like a landscape. Others do have more of an abstract, almost celestial feeling, and then others are more floral, and it's really up to interpretation.
Yeah. Were you always artistic? Did you grow up with this?
Yeah. I've always been drawing on the walls, and
probably gonna get in trouble for it.
And I studied art in school, so
yeah.
It's
And
always been my passion.
Then what made you decide to have the Vail Valley be your home base?
I moved up here after school. After I went to CU Boulder, and then I spent a year in Florence, Italy, studying more classical painting. And then moved up here because it was kind of, I'll just have a little pit stop here and have some fun.
Like we all thought.
I've been here for almost 22 years now.
Okay, well, awesome. Well, we're so glad that there's so many great galleries that you can choose from, and C. Anthony Gallery is your home base for showing your work. So we've got one more piece that you brought in. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, well, the title of the show is New Dimensions. So it's all about kind of exploring past your known boundaries and venturing into some kind of new thoughts or new ideas, kind of going past that comfort zone. So all the pieces have that energy in them of kind of change and dynamic
Okay.
something new.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, we can talk to you about that this evening, tomorrow, and the next night. What time will you be at C. Anthony Gallery?
Technically, I'm supposed to be there at 4. Okay. From 4 to 10 are the hours of the show, but I will be there pretty much all day.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So we open the champagne at 4.
Okay, perfect. All right, you can find Britten and her work at C. Anthony Gallery. They're located right in Beaver Creek, just off of the ice rink. Gallery Row is basically what I call it, around the corner from Tuscanini, and you'll find Britten there tonight, tomorrow night, and even kicking off on New Year's Eve. You can get your party started a little bit early by stopping by the gallery. We're going to check in with Mark Sassy and our weather and have more Good Morning Vail when we can come back.